and Block, la casa del rock y el metal. Siempre con los mejores contenidos en entrevistas, reportajes, charlas, concursos y un montón de sorpresas para ti, amante del rock. Hoy en Rock and Block Friends presentamos...
We are in Rock and Block from Spain with Max Smith from Theocracy. First of all, how are you and how is the band?
We're doing great, Maria. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Your new studio album, Mosaic, is receiving very good reviews. How are you feeling it? Are you happy about it?
Yeah, very happy. You know, it was a long time since the last album. It was longer than we intended. So, you know, in a way, it feels like the album has been done for so long, and now people are finally hearing it. So it's great that they're enjoying it so far.
So nice. So how was the creative working process of Mosaic?
It was good. You know, the actual creation of the album it's always a lot of work, you know, to do albums like this. But as these things go, it was pretty smooth. You know, we recorded at my studio as always, and also another studio here in town that I like to work in as well. And it was great. So it was really just the things surrounding the creation of the album. You know, it's been several years since our last album, Ghost Ship, and you know, there were a few reasons for that. So we took a little break after Ghost Ship anyway, because I just needed some time off to recharge, you know, before I could think about doing more music. And so we were taking a break, and you know, eventually I started doing some writing again, and then COVID happened with the pandemic, and then we had a band member change, and we had a record label change, and then all of a sudden it's all these years later. So you know, the actual creation of the album went smoothly, but everything around it was a little challenging.
So nice. So which songs do you like the most?
Oh man, that's a tough question. You know, it really does change, you know, week to week, depending on when you ask me. It's real. I know that's a cop-out cliche answer, but it's really true. I mean, the title track, Mosaic, I love that song. I think that one will always be, you know, among my favorites from the album. I think it captures everything that we do, you know, it kind of in one short package, you know, from the big majestic chorus and the power metal gallops and the ballady intro and the heavy middle section. It's got a great solo, so it's a nice little representation, I think, of Theocracy. So that one will always be in there, and then aside from that, I really do love all the songs. So it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. I mean the final epic, Red Sea, you know, has a special place because it's such a big song, and I've been working on it so long. So that one will always come to mind as well. But I really like all of them.
All right. So 2 weeks ago, you released the video lyric of the amazing song Flicker, but previously you also published 2 huge videos, Mosaic and Return to Dust. How was recording them, and how much do you like the results?
I like them very much. We worked with a video director named Vicente Cordero. He's from Los Angeles, and I'd met him on some projects I did with Neil Morse in Nashville, and so I really liked Vicente, and he does great work, and you know, he's worked with all kinds of great artists and bands, and so we, you know, at the time, you know, we said, oh, we should work together, you know, next album. And then all those years later, I wasn't sure if he would still be interested, so I sent him a message, and he was. So we found a weekend when we were all available, and he flew out here from Los Angeles, and we met in Atlanta, Georgia, and we found a couple of sound stages there and shot both the videos, and it was great. They came out great. It was a challenge because we were shooting, you know, the same weekend. So, and we'd spent much more time on the Mosaic video, the ideas for that one. and Return to Dust, we didn't have very many ideas, and we were recording in the same place, for some of those 2 days. And so the challenge became, how do we make these videos look different from each other, even though we're doing them basically at the same time? And so Return to Dust ended up being much more simple and black and white, and just the band playing it, in a room, and it came out really great. And it can be tough for a band like us, without a huge budget, doing these videos, because you want to, I like videos where you see the band playing, and I don't, so many of the metal videos you see nowadays are just, it's all computer generated, people in lava pits and volcanoes, and it's just, craziness. And that's fine, for what they want to do, but I like it a little more simple anyway. So it worked fine for what I liked. And then Flicker, the lyric video, which you mentioned, which came out 2 weeks ago, that was actually pretty funny, because I had forgotten that we were doing that on the day of release, and someone reminded me of it, about a week before the release. And so I still hadn't seen anything, so I sent a message to the label and I said, "Hey, are we still doing a lyric video?" And they said, "Yeah, we've got a guy here in Germany working on it." So they sent us. The first time I even saw the first cut of it was a couple days before it came out. So we saw it, made a few changes, and that was it.
Nice. So, is there a conceptual message you want to give to the lyrics of Mosaic?
No, not through the whole album. The song Mosaic, and the title of the album, refers to, I was thinking about how over the course of a lifetime, we don't have the God perspective of our lives. We only can see little individual scenes. We can see this week here, this year, something bad that happened, something good that happened, but we can't step back necessarily and see the grand picture that all those events eventually combine to create over the course of a lifetime. And so, in the same way as a mosaic is made up of little stones or little images that create one larger whole. And so I thought it was a great concept for a song, and a great title for an album. And I mentioned this concept to Stephen Howard, who's the artist that we hired for the cover of the album, and the layout, the booklet, and everything. And I said, "See if you have any ideas that work with this, this concept." And he sent me ideas back really quickly, and it was already pretty close, to what you see in the final version. So that's the concept of Mosaic, the song, and the title of the album. But then within that, it's not a concept album. It doesn't all focus on the same thing. We touch on, as usual, many different subjects. And I think it's a nice journey overall lyrically.
So nice. So about the cover album, is as you said, is linked relations with the conceptual message you've been giving to Mosaic, I guess.
Yeah. It's just tied to that, to really that song, and it's a stunning cover to me. When you see it, and you can look closely and see all the little vignettes that he put in there, the different images that combine to make this grand, beautiful picture. And it's really nice. He worked in images from his life, and photos and things like that. So it's very detailed, and it's very beautiful, and it looks even better, when we finally got the actual physical albums, especially the vinyl, the big cover, and seeing it looks even better printed on that paper, than looking on a screen, of course. So we were very happy about it.
All right. So which are the main musical influences of the band?
Well, it's a large variety, I think, among all the members. I mean, for me, my first big influence was Queensryche when I was a kid. I thought with how intelligent they were, the things they wrote about, the way they put their albums together, and the quality that was just something that I strive for in my own work, and it was so different from most of the music on the radio back then, and I liked that. So that that was a big one. That was the biggest one for me early, and then of course Metallica, and then all the usual progressive and power metal bands, Dream Theater, Fates Warning, Ed Guy, Avantasia, Nightwish, a lot of these artists for me. Really, what I looked for, kind of from the beginning, was great songwriters. Even in those bands, Tuomas from Nightwish, Tobias from Ed Guy, Steve Harris from Maiden, people who wrote memorable, well put together songs that kept my attention, and weren't just boring the same thing over and over again like some metal can be. So that's what I always gravitated towards, both inside and outside of metal. And then yeah, so I can't really answer for the other guys. I think we all have a lot of the same influences in that regard, and then of course some different ones as well. But that's it for me, really.
So nice, thank you. So, how is your working experience with Atomic Fire Records? How is
It's
it
been
going?
great. It's been great. Yeah. We were fortunate enough to have different offers from different labels, and so we had a decision to make, and also so many bands these days are self-releasing and doing it themselves, which was also something that we considered, but ultimately decided that none of us just had the time to put into doing that right now. So Atomic Fire was a great choice because some of the main guys from Atomic Fire came from Nuclear Blast, and so they have that experience and that muscle behind them, as a label. But they were also small enough where they weren't signing 20 bands a week and putting out 15 albums a week, because some labels are like that. It's just multiple albums a week, and they come out and you never hear anything about them again. It just comes and goes. And so Atomic Fire was a nice compromise between having enough size and muscle to really support us, and also being small enough to give us attention.
Will there be shows or tours of Theocracy?
Tours?
Tours, shows of Theocracy?
Yeah. We just got back from Germany. We did 2 shows there, and that was great. And right now we're discussing, what to do next, because we have several offers from Europe and things like that. But we've done I think 6 European tours, 5 or 6, and a lot of one-off shows and festivals. And then here at home in the US, it's been more sporadic. We've done shows here and festivals there, but not really actual tours. And so right now we're discussing what makes the most sense to do first, if we want to concentrate on doing something here at home, or if we want to go back to Europe again, because it's a challenge with insane schedules of all the band members, between families and jobs, and we all live in Georgia here in the US, and except for Ernie, our drummer, he lives in New Jersey, which is up north in the US. And so even finding a time, when we can all be together for 3 weeks or a month is really a challenge. So it becomes about, maximizing that time and trying to use it, wisely. It's because we don't have that much of it when we can all afford to be together. So I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but we definitely hope to do something.
Yeah, so which are the future plans? You're telling some of them. Which are the future plans of the band, and it would be possible to see you in Spain?
In Spain, I hope so. I would love that. That would be great. Yeah, so nothing concrete right now. It's just all being discussed, but I hope we can make it to Spain. That'd be fun.
Yeah. So before we go, do you want to give any special message to your Spanish fans?
Yeah, Spanish fans, thank you for listening to Theocracy and for supporting us and staying with us all these years, because I know it's been a long wait since the last album, and people were impatient. So I'm so honored that you waited with us and we're still here with us when we put the new album out. So I hope you like Mosaic and enjoy it, listen to it, and hopefully we will see you sometime next year.
Yes, please. So congratulations for Mosaic. It's a cute, amazing album.
Oh,
And
great. Thank you.
No, thank you. And it's really nice to see you here in Spain. We're willing. So thank you very much for your time and this interview.
Of course. It's nice to meet you. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.